All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the July. I cannot believe it's already July. A real estate abundance challenge. So, what does this look like? First of all, I'm Dawn Loading, and I created this system for myself because being in real estate for 24 years, having four kids that I raised during all of that, I needed a system. I learned that I need a system in order to function in my real estate business. And so I created this framework for myself. And now I just share it with everyone. I'm not a coach. I don't sell this stuff. I invite everyone to join me every first Tuesday and create their own real estate abundance plan. So this is a challenge that I challenge you to do over the next 4 weeks. And it's not something that I do for you because we all are independent contractors and we all have our own small businesses. And how you create it, what you go do with it is completely up to you. So I'm going to walk you through the framework today. I'm going to give you here come more people. Hold on. I'm going to give you a blank plan. I call it a real estate abundance plan. And I'm going to walk you through that. And then over the next 4 weeks, I challenge you to go fill in the blanks. And what you don't have created already, that's what you know that you need to do in order to have a successful real estate business. So I'm going to open up my slides and I'm just going to go through this framework for you guys. So is everybody on board? Anybody have any questions before I actually get started? This is going to take about probably 45 minutes or so. So if you'll hang in there, toward the end, I will give you the blank plan, show you where to go to find the rest of the calls, and we'll just get started. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yep.
All right. Awesome. All right. So really, this is a lot about finding abundance in a scarcity world because we wake up every day as just humans, not even our real estate world, but just as human beings, and we're watching the news. And it's all about doom or gloom. All of the scarcity stuff, right? The fight or flight, like, oh my gosh, we got to do this. How do we rob from Peter to pay Paul in our real estate world? But how do we find abundance in that? And it really starts with creating the plan. And so I'm going to share that with you today. So, who am I though? What qualifies me to even put this out there? So, I've been a real estate agent for 24 years now. I'm what I consider a career realtor. I'm not a mega producer because I was raising four kids. I never wanted to be like 100 or more deals a year. I'm happy with about 50. And so that's what my team or myself have done for those 24 years, around 50 transactions. This last couple of years has been my slowest years. But on average, we normally do about 50 transactions per year. But I live in New Braunfels, Texas, and it's a slow, crazy market right now. And I've been a little bit busy helping to build Epic Realty. So I'm also a author. I co-authored this book called Step Into Your Brave. So I am a published author. I have four sons and seven grandsons. And this all starts with me sharing a lot of my story, you guys. I'm a survivor of a lot of childhood trauma. And my whole point with all of this is because if I could do this, anyone can do this. And I want to show you how. And so the framework to my system are these four pillars: mindset, branding, foundations, and automations. And that's where we're going to work on in the next 4 weeks. The month of July, the busiest month of the year, and I'm challenging you guys to do all of this. But the beauty is, if you don't get it done this month, just come back next month. We'll finish it then. I do it every single month. And so it's an ongoing thing. Creating your abundance plan is a lot like having a budget. It's like a living document that you can edit at any time. But first of all, we got to figure out where we are. And where we are all starts with our mindset. And what you focus on determines how we feel. How we feel, our state of mind powerfully influences our actions and our interactions. So you have to think every day, what is your mindset? How are you feeling? Where are you at? And what do you need to go? Because you can't create when you're, I call it below the line. So I think of my mental state as I'm either living above the line and I'm in creation mode, or I'm living below the line and I'm in scarcity and lack. And what have I got to do if I'm living below that line to get my state of mind back up into the space where I could create? And that's the challenge. And that is why my entire challenge and plan, everything starts with mindset, because whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are correct. Everybody understand that? Like, does that make sense? Because I know as real estate agents in this group, like we all have struggled at some point and probably are struggling right now. So, how do you break your weeks down and your days down into a space where you get out, off the struggle bus and you get on the creation bus? Because you can create different lead generation funnels, different systems, different things so that you can start making the money that you need to get you out of that whole scarcity mode. But it's all about how you think. So I'm going to share with you today, week one only. I'm going to go through this challenge. Sorry, guys, my allergies are crazy today. Um, we're going to talk about week one, building the plan, and then we're going to go back. We're going to go back here to branding in week two, and foundations in week three, and automations in week four. I really only cover this mindset and building the plan part today, but I'm going to point you guys to where the rest of it is. And then I come back here every single week at noon on Tuesdays for like Q&A. So I'm going to give you the homework to do, but you're going to go do the work. Okay? So what does this look like? So I just like I talked about living above the line, this is abundance over here, you guys. I my whole journey is about making the move from living a life of scarcity, fight or flight, survival mode over to the life of abundance where money follows and where the systems are created, the deals are coming in, and life is happening. Over here, this is a sad place. Like this is when we're feeling down and blue and things are happening. You're the only one in your life that can get yourself over to this. And it can be done. And I'm here to share with you today a few of the tips and tricks to help you make that happen. So this is the first thing is first we got to figure out where we want to go. What do you want to do? What do you need in your business? How many transactions would get you out of the slump that you're in? And what needs to change in order for you to get there? Is it coaching? Is it diet? Is it habits? You really have to seek internally to figure out what those are. And then you need to limit your intake on all of the stuff that's not aligned with where you want to be. You literally have to put yourself in your future self mode and do the things from that space that will get you there. And stop doing some of the things. Like you have to really stop. Maybe, like I know for a lot of us, for me, it used to be it was so easy for me to come home and have a glass of wine every single night. I love to pop a bottle of wine open and just barbecue and hang out. Before I knew it, I was drinking a whole bottle of wine. Like, I can't do that and feel good the next day. I can't be in creator mode when I'm having these bad habits that happen. I know for me, I can't stay up past 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. If I do, I'm not going to get my full 8 hours of sleep. I get up at 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. And I know I'm the best between 5 a.m. and noon. Like that's when I'm the best and I can think of things I could create, but I have to limit my social media intake. I have to limit what people are telling me. I have to limit what I allow into my mind. And so you have to really stop at all points of your day and ask yourself, what am I allowing to happen that I know I'm not going to be able to create what I need to create from that space, and it's all internally. And so I say that because I have gone through this. I know from my experiences, and that's what I'm sharing with you. This might not even apply to some of you. It might apply to all of you. But if I'm speaking to you, great. If not, hold on, I will eventually. All right. So I want to talk a little bit about past traumas. We all have it. We're all in a different place here, but most likely all of us, because we're human and we're living this thing called life, have had trauma, divorce, death, just a lot of scarcity, poverty. My dad was an alcoholic. He died when I was 9 months pregnant with his first grandchild, and I was 19 years old. My parents divorced before I was one, and I lived in over 18 different home addresses before I was even 18 years old. I moved around a lot, and it wasn't because it was military and it was a stable environment. It was a scarcity environment where I didn't know where I was going to be sleeping sometimes. As a child, I had to take care of myself a lot. And so I have a lot of abandonment issues, that still sneak in today. But for the most part, I've dealt with all of them. So you have to just figure out, like, where are you in your healing journey, and start thinking of these things instead of living in the past. Start thinking of these things and these places as you're healing. You need to deal with them, you need to heal from them, and not get stuck in the same story over and over. It's not a good place. Like, you have to figure out what these stories are that you keep telling yourself, and you need to change them. And that's where change starts. And that's where you're able to then go create your new life, your new plan, and start living in that new space that you're wanting to do, that you're wanting to live. But you have to do the work to heal these. And how does that happen? A lot of reading, a lot of studying, and maybe even counseling or therapy. If you're at Epic Realty, we allow 12 mental health sessions a year. So start there and start working with a therapist and figure out what they are. And then just stop telling them. You guys, I have a friend, one of my really good friends, and her parents have both died. And I have at least one conversation with her a month, and it's always the same story. She's lost both of her parents, and she cannot get out of that story. And it's so sad, and it breaks my heart. And I'm there to listen. I'm not her therapist, but what stories do you keep telling yourself? And even in and I'm going to be really vulnerable here for a minute. I am recording this, but I don't share it anywhere. I'm just recording it in case somebody missed it and I need to send it to that one person. But I've been married to the same man for 24 years, and I keep telling the same story that has to do with my childhood, and it's caused issues with my marriage. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, wait, I got to stop doing that. Like, I'm doing this to myself. And so I figured out what needs to be worked on and how to stop telling that story. And it has to do with abandonment, because my parents were always gone and I lived a lot of abandonment. Like, oh my gosh, where do I go now? Or what do I do? Like, I've been left at parks, and it's just been a lot. And so I'm always afraid that somebody's going to leave me. And I put up walls, and I'm like, I'm out of here first because I don't want to be hurt. And so, that's just one example. In real estate, another example is, let's just say you're telling yourself that you can't work expireds because somebody else is doing that already. And you're not going to be able to touch what they're doing, right? Wrong. What if you call an expired and you set up a plan to work with them, and this other agent like thinks that they know it all, and they went on an appointment and they're just, kind of an ass, and you go in and you're kind and you're warm and understanding, and you go up against them and like you win the listing. Like, those are stories we tell ourselves that we need to not tell ourselves anymore. So when you're creating your lead generation funnels, which is part of this whole challenge, tell yourself a different story. And so you take account of what you're telling yourself all day. Do the work to heal them. We can't live in the past and the future at the same time, y'all. We got to move on to the future, and we have great things going on in the future. So, heal the past and move on to the beautiful life that's waiting for you. So, that's a lot on trauma, but I think that it's really important that we really dig deep into the trauma areas of our lives in order to deal with them. And then another one that I have to just put out there, and I just talked about it a little bit, is competition. You guys, competition, no, there's no competition. We all are independent contractors. We all have a small business, and we all are creating whatever we want to. If you think about just your area and your MLS, and you go in and look at your MLS, see how many deals closed last month. In 1 month, look at how many closed and how many are you going to put on your abundance plan to close for yourself in the next month. And is that really that big of a chunk? Probably not. It's just that we get stuck in these stories that there's other people out there doing it better than we can do it. And we live there in that loop in our head instead of moving over to creating our plan, making it awesome and amazing, and working in that loop of of just went blank with the word I was looking for, but of possibility. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. We all started at zero. So if you're starting at zero today, so what? Just climb the ladder faster and get to wherever it is that you're going. Don't compare yourself to other people's journey because there is no point. They don't even know that you're doing that. All right. So here are some ideas to give you for daily things to do to get yourself into this abundance mindset that I'm talking about. First of all, we're going to create the vision. I'm going to give you some tools today, a plan that's going to help you do that. I love I love mind mapping also. Mind mapping is pretty cool. I love visualizing and just sitting and meditating on it and like just really kind of figuring out where you want to go. And also, vision boards are great. So just figure out what works for you and get going with that. I love, I can't even begin to tell you how much I love meditations. There's a lot of, Gabby Bernstein is one of my favorite meditation people. She does a lot of a lot of great meditations. Oh, another one, my absolute favorite. I did this course a couple of years ago. Alexandra Takeda. If you don't follow her on TikTok or on Instagram, she does amazing meditation. She has this whole future self meditation thing library that she does. I love hers too. But YouTube has a lot of free ones. Just go to YouTube and find a meditation that talks about future self where they're guiding you. I like guided meditations because I cannot just sit still. I got to have something to listen to. Reading great books that I have literally a library. I have been reading books since I was 30 years old. You know, you couldn't pay me to read a book in high school. I graduated, but barely because I was preoccupied. But when I turned 30, it was like game on. I've read so many books since then to figure out how to get to that next level. And I love to read inspiring YouTube videos, not the doom and gloom videos of the news. If you need your news, get it and then get it out because there ain't nothing you could do about a lot of the stuff going on right now. You may as well be working in your space where you can create something where you're going to survive through whatever is going on. And we just happen to be real estate agents, y'all. People are always going to be buying and selling property in the United States. So uh, let's just figure out what's going to work for us. Walking and yoga, read and writing your intentions, healthy lifestyle. As we age, I cannot begin to tell you how important living a healthy lifestyle is and what you put into your body is so important. And always have a coach. Like I've had a coach since 2012 that I've paid at least $1,000 a month for, and I do currently still. If you can't afford a coach and you're with Epic, use the Epic Epic Essentials that I just launched. Power coaches are giving free training in there. I'll tell you more about that later if you're with Epic, but this call is not just for Epic agents, so I don't really want to go into that. Or show up here every Tuesday at noon. I'll be your free coach because I do not charge for any of this stuff. But always have someone who's doing something that you want to do that you follow, even if it's social media, but just follow them and learn from them. All right. And then I'm going to just briefly go through these. I'm not going to go into a presentation like I just did with week one, but I want to share with you guys a little bit about week two, three, and four. So, week two is about branding. We talk about your story, different funnels that you're going to create, the offers that you're going to create, what it looks like to put those offers out into the world, and how to guide them through your funnel in Lofty or whatever CRM you're using. Um, and then we talk about what is your offer look like, and I share with you all the different offers. So that is branding. Week three is this slide is messed up. Week three is actually foundations. And foundations are all of the main core things of your real estate business: your CRM, your VIP database, your branding, your logos, your colors, your offers, learning and knowing how to use Canva, and knowing and learning what social media sites you're going to use. And then if you're a brand new real estate agent or you haven't taken the MLS classes, I call it Realtor Basics, but it's all the stuff that your board of realtors offer. And the NAR, like, familiarize yourself with what we do, with who you are and what you do as a real estate agent. So these are a lot of the foundational pieces that we work on in week three. And then week four is automations. I really need to go start that. And your number one automation should be time blocking from your abundance plan and creating a schedule that works for you. And so, some of the things that are in my course that I'm going to share with you here in a minute that I've given you access to are all of these automations. Week four is where we do a lot of automations. And so, I'll tell you, automations was game changer for me because I started using VAs. About 3 years ago, I hired Sphere Rocket as my coach for that year, and I hired VAs and I started automating a lot of the things. I would create it and then I would teach them how to use it, and then I would delegate it. Automate it and delegate it is like game changer. So that is all of the funnels. So I'm going to get out of this now. I am going to now open up my school account. So I'm in the process of switching this over, but for right now, everything is still in school. Here it is. And when I switch it, if you're in here, you'll be one of the first ones to get the notification. But I am moving all of this stuff over to Stan Store, and it just is such a more simple. You get to go choose where you want to go from like one page. So bear with me as that happens. But here it all is in here for right now, maybe another month or two. But in the classroom, if you go here, this is week one. Here's the mindset and the plan. So if you click on that, here's the challenge. It starts with the video. This is a recording from pretty much of what I just did, but it's kind of different every month. I don't know where I come up with some of the stuff, but it's right here. And then here is the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this plan right now because I want to share with you guys this plan. But before I do, I'm going to go back over. I'm going to go to, I'm going to share this with you guys all in the chat. Copy. Let me go to the chat and put this all in the chat. Okay, so there. Now everybody could go and get into school. That's in the chat. And then classroom, week one. And let me go back there really quick. Week one. So I'm going to open this and we're going to go through what's in here. And then next week, on Monday morning, open up week two. And when you open up week two, the video is right here. Week two video. Branding from my abundance retreat. I had a guest speaker in there, Alyssa Stalker, and she was amazing. She has a great whole plan that I put the recording in here. And then here's a podcast episode that I absolutely love. All of this stuff comes with branding, but the video itself is right here. So you're just going to click it and play it. And then it just goes with your abundance plan. And then the same thing with week 3 and week 4. But let's go back to week 1 first, because none of this is going to happen if you do not download this plan and open it and make it your own. So this is what this plan looks like. And it's just in Google Drive. I wanted to keep it simple. I'm not doing anything fancy. I don't sell it. I want you to be able to come in here and edit it. So it's all in here. You could highlight this, delete it once you make a copy. So you're going to go to File, Make a Copy, and then you're going to name it Dawn's Abundance Plan or whatever your name is. And then just click Make a Copy. And then boom, it's yours. And you get to edit it and do all the stuff with it that you want to do and add your stuff on it. So if you don't want my logo on there, change it. Put your logo. I'm going to show you what mine looks like too. After I go through this, I'm going to open my own abundance plan and show you. So, week 1, mindset and the plan. This is your plan. You get to edit it to fit your business. What is your why? It all starts with why, you guys. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to put yourself through all of the stuff to be whatever it is that you want to be? If you are not anchored to your why, you'll never do the work. You have to wake up every day knowing exactly what your purpose is. And so I highly advise that you figure that out. And if you want to go to YouTube and you want to search videos from people on, if you need ideas, there's so many people on there that will talk about how to create your why or how to pull that out of yourself. And you can even do it with your own chat GPT. Hey, my chat GPT is named Clara because she provides me so much clarity. So if I go in there and I say, "Hey Clara, I want to redo my why. Could you please ask me 10 questions that will help me figure out what my why is?" Chat's going to help you. And I highly suggest naming your chat GPT and thinking of her like an assistant, and she will do amazing things for you. All right, my why. So, what's that look like? All right, and then your vision. Where do you want to be? Just put yourself 1 year from now. Don't do 5 or 10 right now. Let's just work on this year. Where would you like? And you could even do 12 weeks. Like, I love the 12-week year, the book, you guys. Like, this is used to be my Bible and I taught classes on this, but the 12-week year is phenomenal for real estate agents to help you figure out some of this stuff. But what do you want your emotions to be? Your health, where do you want that to be? Your wealth. We lost Mark and he's back now. Okay. Your wealth, your relationships, your business. Where do you want all that to be? What do you want that to look like? And then this is how we're going to get there. So, week 1 is all about just getting the plan, thinking about the mindset stuff, figuring out how to get from here to there. And then week 2, this is where we're going to go in and we're going to start working on the plan. So, I put a video in here. This is that podcast that I actually have in school also. But what are your 3 funnels? We'll go all into this next week. And I'll even in the Q&A, I like if you guys come on and you have more questions about branding, like I will help you with that. And your chat GPT can really help you with this. All funnels need an offer. What's your top of funnel offer? These are all the things. And then week 3, foundations. Your business is your CRM. Are you in Lofty? Like these are links too that I give you. So this is Adam's free course in school if you're with Epic. If not, then you could go take it. But if you're not using Lofty, it won't help you. And then I love Sylvia Dana's Digital Dominators private group because she gives you so many amazing tools for your real estate business. And she's a former teacher. So I share that because I'm not a coach, but guess what? She is. And if you use my link, you get into it for $99 instead of 150. And so I love it. It's the one thing I promote. As you figure out all of this stuff, put the links in here, the link to your logo, the colors. Here's my top 10 Epic benefits link that if you're not sure what benefits to go learn to use first, there you go. Here's a link to a blank VIP database. All the stuff is in y'all's plan. And then week 4, we talk about automations, and I have a link in week 4 that gives you basically your business in a box in Google Drive so that you could have spreadsheets, checklists, and all of those things. So that's all in that little abundance plan right there that you guys all have access through school. Um, and I think I'm going to, because I'm not approving everybody quite yet, I'm going to just share this really quick and give you guys the link, copy link. Let me put this in here so you don't wait for me to approve you in school, which I will do as soon as we get off this call. But there you go. And then I want to show you um, one more thing really quick. I want to show you, oh, what was I just going to show you? Oh, I was going to show you my very own abundance plan. My abundance plan right there. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it's all done. And this is what I work off of all the time. So I put my own logo on there and I always know mindset's always first. So if I'm feeling bad and I'm like, man, I don't know why I do all this stuff. I don't really feel like that anymore, but I used to all the time. I copy and paste links to great YouTube videos and different things in here so that I know right where to go to get it. My daily me time. Every morning I get up and I do these things. My word, I create a word for the year and I stay tied and anchored to that word. And it's freedom for 2025. And it means a lot of different things to me, and I won't go into all that, but pick a word. I also use you I also choose a monthly word, like clarity or whatever it is when I'm working on my plan. Um, so, and then my why. Why do I want to do this? And it's all right here. Like I put it all in here. My mission. I have my mission in here because I have a mission. If you want to add a mission, then put it in there. I just don't want to overwhelm you guys. I feel like I already do that and I don't want to put that in there. But you could add things to your own plan. The point is having one. My mission is to provide a pathway and a space for real estate agents to find their passion, follow their dreams, and create a business that supports their best life, leading by example and documenting all my lessons and experience. And that's what I do. And that's a lot because 5 years ago, I would have never told people half the stuff that I say now. I don't even know what happened. It's like just something came over me, and I'm like, I got to share my story. And so I do. And I put it all out there, all the dirty laundry. All right. Emotions, health. I just wanted to show you once you get these things up, you could read through them and you could edit them. Just get something in there first for where you want to go. My 1 year goals for the Loading group, which is my real estate team, I have that. This is how I will get there. And my foundations, my social media platforms, all of it. It's all in here. So this is what it looks like when it's all done, you guys. And that's really it. Like it's just about waking up, knowing what you need to work on, knowing where to go to get the tools and having the guidance and the help from other like-minded agents that are like you to help make it happen. And that's what we're here for. So that's really it. So that is how to build your real estate abundance plan. And the challenge is to join me here weekly on Tuesdays at noon so you can stay focused, stay driven, and create yours by the end of the month. And you could log back in. I mean, you could come back on Tuesdays at noon, or you could just get into school and go do those on your own, whatever works for you. But I would like to know by like a show of hands, you could either raise your hand or get on video who has a current plan. A lot of people call it a business plan. I call it an abundance plan. It's the same thing, but do you have a business plan that you follow currently? Of course, Mark, you'd say yes. That's awesome. I don't know if anyone else is with us, if they're listening, and I hope that this call is resonating and helping someone on here. If not, then thanks for joining me for the day, and we'll see you some other time. But yeah, not yet. This call is great. Thank you. I appreciate the feedback, you guys. It keeps me doing these calls because I don't have to do these calls. I do them because I want to help people. I get excited and I'm happy to help people. I know this has been a struggle for me, and coming from my childhood, In my 20s, I did all these other jobs and I just never was happy. I was miserable. Like I was like doing the same thing my parents did to my kids and life sucked. And so when I got my real estate license, game on. Like I knew I had figured out my path in life. And I thought it's all up to me now. But I spent my 30s still trying to figure it out. And most of my 40s, like, holy cow, this is not easy. Like being accountable to nobody except for myself is hard. And so that's what it is. Like, I'm not asking anyone to be accountable to anybody except for themselves. Figure out where you want to go. What tools do you need to implement and do? And wake up every day knowing you need to work on this. If you don't have Lofty set up and that's your CRM or KV Core or whatever your CRM is, that's the first thing, guys. That's our main real estate foundation. It's our small business front door. It's like the way into your real estate business is through your website and using your CRM, your contact relationship manager. I just bought the AI package for Lofty that they launched at our Epic PowerCon. And I know I got to spend the next few weeks like 30 minutes a day implementing that stuff. Or I got to hire somebody to do it, one or the other. And so, but I do know that's where it has to be. I need to work on my CRM if I want more deals. I need to work on my lead generation funnels. We talk about funnels in week 2 in branding so that we could get you guys going with some of these activities. So nobody's holding you accountable except for yourself. All right. Any questions? I would love questions. Yay, Lisa, I want a plan. Well, now you have one, girl. Like y'all have one. So, yep. And Danielle, it is. I mean, we have to write this stuff out. I don't know about you, but come 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I don't remember what my brain was thinking at 7 o'clock in the morning. Do you? Like, does anyone my memory, like, there's just so many things going into it. If I don't write it down and keep track, like, it will never
Exactly.
happen. Yeah.
Exactly. I really shouldn't be writing on sticky notes, but I have a few sticky notes on here that I need to get done today. So,
Yep. I agree. Same. I don't use sticky notes anymore, but I have one tablet that's on my desk that I use to write notes like when I'm in meetings and stuff. But then I use my Remarkable tablet for any kind of workbooks or anything like that. Like all my notes are in here so I could open one page and kind of see an overview of all the different projects because if any of you know me, I have a lot of stuff going on at Epic with Epic Essentials, with like just the different conversations. I have over 500 agents in my downline at Epic and I try to help everybody and I love and I'm so passionate about just helping. And so I got to organize that stuff or else my age starts showing through with my memory. So I love that doesn't it sound so much better too, Danielle, to have an abundance plan instead of a business plan?
it sure does, because that's the next step that I was going to work with my agents that I have is their business plan for mid-year. And I said,
Ab-
well, I like how Dawn says it, abundance plan. It sounds a lot more positive
I
than,
love it.
mhm.
Well, you are welcome to share any of my stuff. Print it out, share it. I want it to be out to the masses. It's not
Okay.
anything fancy. Go use it to copy and recreate whatever y'all need to do. If you're area leaders, like by all means, share away. Bring them to this every Tuesday. Like invite them and come with me. And we have other area leaders and leaders on here as well. So, yeah.
I have
Anyone
two
have
of them on here.
Awesome. I love it. Yay. I have different people. It seems like every once in a while I have the same ones and in a new month, but a lot forget. And then they send me a message and say, I forgot. So I'm really not happy with my MailChimp and my school right now. That's why I'm switching over to Stan so I could have one thing that goes out and reminds everybody. So, that's just part of the journey. As real estate agents, we test and measure, red light, green light, red light, green light. If something, for one, we got to give it long enough. So, I've been using MailChimp for my email stuff for like 2 years, and half that crap does not get opened. And so that's so frustrating when you put all the work into it and then nobody wants to open it or it goes to spam. And then school, like all this stuff you put all this time into, give it enough time. But if it's still not working, stop doing it, switch over. Plus, we live in this technology based world. Like they're coming up with new things all the time. So it's okay to switch over to something that you think might be better. Just not with your lead generation funnels. Get those going. It's all about consistency and follow up. So when I love funnels, branding and funnels is, well, my whole program is my favorite. But if you guys get done with building your plan or you want to jump to branding, just go to week 2. The video's in there from branding. I don't know which one's in there, but Alyssa's is in there as well. And then come back next week on Tuesday. And if I need to repeat it, I will. But usually people come in and they've already watched that. So hopefully by Tuesday of next week, you will have watched the branding one as well. And then we could have Q&A. All right, that's it, y'all. It's 12:45. I try to keep this at 30 minutes, 45 minutes. So if that's it and I have no more questions, or if anyone needs to stay after and have a one-on-one with me, I'm down for that too. Just let me know. If anyone wants to stay on, raise your hand. But everyone else, I'll let you guys all go. And I will see you next week or in the cloud. And if you're with Epic, Epic Essentials launches today, July 1st at 2 o'clock. So if you don't have that link, it's in the cloud or message me, but I can't say it publicly because it's only for Epic agents. But today is going to be great, especially if you do not have your CRM set up. So I'll be on that call. And then also if you Mark, I'll see you on Epic Voices at 1, I know.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right. All right. Bye everyone. I'm going to stop recording.
Thanks,